Taco Friday. This man ain't gonna tell me we rolling?
Oh, yeah, rolling.
Is the audio recording as well? Oh, he just quiet over there. How I'm supposed to know when to go? Y'all, I don't think I want to talk no more. Hey, what's going on, good people? It is Shamar with Alan Lux Studios, and I am back with another edition of Lux Chat. So today we're going to talk about the process of getting the studio up and running, right? So we got into the place. I got the keys here.
It's official, man. Your boy got keys. You see it.
March 30th of last year. And it's funny because the landlord just came today to pick up that check too. And me and Randy was talking. It was like, man, the first come quicker and quicker every month, you know. And this being February, the shortest month. Yeah, we got a leap year, but it's still the shortest one. So yeah, he gonna be back soon to get that check. But anyway, I was talking to the production assistant at him Mall, and he is an aspiring studio owner as well. And wanted to give, I guess, what my story was in opening this place, and hopefully, you know, Mall and anybody else who's interested in getting the studio space can learn something from me. So let's go. Again, I'm a photographer by nature, so of course I'm going to be thinking about a space where I can shoot. Right. So when I was looking at spaces, I wanted to make sure that it was something that I could put up all my equipment. As you see behind me, that big old umbrella, that is my go-to. So I need high ceilings, and this place is perfect. Y'all have seen this place before. I'll put some more B-roll in here. The loft area, we got 20-foot ceilings, and that was a plus for me. But then thinking about the place, I tell everybody that I just knew that it was going to be creatives knocking down our door to shoot in here, but it didn't turn out to be that. It's more podcast has taken over, because when we got in here, that loft area didn't know what to do with it. I'm like, okay, downstairs we'll be doing photography, we'll shoot some reels, some content for our retainer clients, and upstairs we'll just utilize that as a podcast space. And I thought that'd be like a little secondary income, but we listed it on Peerspace, got the pricing right, and like I said, they've been knocking down the door for that, right? But backing it all the way up, it took 52 days to get this place up and running. So got the keys, and then 52 days later is when we opened it up for business. So when we first got the keys, there was no lights in here. Like, the lights weren't on. And you got to go through a different process to get your lights turned on for a business than you do for home. The first thing you got to do is get a certificate of occupancy. And the way you get a certificate of occupancy is you apply at the city hall, town hall. We're in the city of Concord, so town hall. You apply for the certificate. The fire department has to come out and inspect, so they have to do an inspection. And all right, good people, so Concord Fire Department just left. They did approve us. I get to go down to City Hall and get the certificate of compliance, and then apply to get these lights turned on. There's Randy. Yeah, that's him. Peace. I think he was here 5 minutes, so I don't know what he inspected, but clearly we passed, you know. So after we passed, that's when they issued the certificate of occupancy, and then they were able to turn the lights on. So they told me what day they was going to turn the lights on, and I don't remember it off the top of my head now, but it was supposed to be on. I came in here, still no lights. And then I gave them another day. I was like, okay, you know what? That was a Friday, so maybe they already was off for the weekend, and I'll get them on Monday. So Monday come, and the lights still weren't on. I kept flipping the switches, and the lights would not come on. So I go to the City Hall, and I'm mad. I'm like, okay, I done did everything. Y'all still ain't turn these lights on. And I'm just talking to the lady. I was like, listen, you know, I've already gone through the whole process and everything, and they told me the lights were going to be on. Can you look at the account and see, you know? She said, your lights are on. I said, ma'am, I go in there every day and them lights are not on. And she just looked me square in the eye and said, did you check the fuse box? And I was like, I ain't even think of that. Okay, let me go do that, you know. I come back here, flip the switch. That's called the fuse box. Yeah, flip the switch in the fuse box. All the lights came on. It got real bright in here. Because, I mean, mind you, it is very dark if ain't no lights on in here. So I had to fumble my way back there. And lo and behold, she was right. I had to flip the switch on. Then the lighting, you know, I'm these LED lights. I guess I'm gonna have to put B-roll in here because y'all, I'm pointing to everything and y'all can't see nothing. So I'm gonna have to put some B-roll on. But anyway, the LED lights, I got those installed. Of course, it had to take somebody that had one of them machines, the lift machines, to lift them up there because I wasn't able to hang them because again, 20-foot ceilings. So it's funny. I had went outside and I saw this guy in the parking lot driving one of those machines, and I was like, "Hey, I got these lights I have, but I don't have no way to get them up. Can you possibly put them up?" He was like, "I'll come check it out." Sure enough, he was like, "Yeah, I can get my equipment in here and get them up there." So he brought it in, got those 4 lights up, because before these lights, it was like these grandma lights, and I did not like them. It looked real 1950s up in here. So had him come in, and it's funny because that day we were doing some videos because I was in a mentorship program, and I was had a homework assignment to do video. I ain't do the videos. I had Randy do them. That's the video guy. Like, why would I do it? Randy, do my homework.
So that we're staying cool and that we're making sure that we are representing Alan Lux Studios.
So we're sitting out in the hallway shooting those videos while the guys were up in here putting those lights up. Had to have somebody come in and put the paint on the walls. Like, I painted some of the walls like that. You can reach the standard walls, but of course these 20-foot ceilings, I was not about to paint it. Somebody had to come in here and paint that. Had my cousin come in and paint a mural and stuff. What else though? Because that's more cosmetic stuff. So just to let y'all know, the price tag to get everything in this place the way it looks now from what it did day one was $17,000, and that included getting all the equipment in here, like the all the equipment for the podcast studio, the 2 TVs that we have in here, refrigerator, everything that's like the convenience stuff, but also the decoration stuff. Shoot, that grass wall in and of itself was $800, and then I had to pay John because he put it up there. So yeah, that price just went up to probably about like $1,000. I tried to play him in drinks, but he wasn't going for it. He said he needed cold hard cash. But any other obstacle, because I'm just running off at the mouth now, trying to think of some other hiccups and things, or things, logistics. With the city, after we had got in here 30 days later, they had put a note on the door. It was like this red note on the door, and I'm like, I know we ain't getting evicted, but then I saw it was the fire department. They wanted to come and do another fire inspection, and I'm like, they just did one, and they told me they ain't have to do another one for a year. So I had to call them, schedule an appointment for them to come back, do another inspection. He literally came in here and spent around. He stayed at the door, kind of turned around in a circle, and he was like, "All right, you good. You won't have the next one until next year." I don't know what that was about, but clearly we constantly passing the fire inspection, so I appreciate that. Equipment. The equipment I had, again, being a photographer, but now the market is telling us that the podcast space is what they want. That's what's taking off. And all of my equipment, I had DSLRs. They're not shooting 4K like that. You know what I'm saying? Those cameras, they do decent job for just standard videos, but with the way vodcasting was going and how it's taking off, people are demanding better quality. So we got to find money to make sure that we get that quality. So right now we're recording on the latest equipment for the studio, which is the Canon R8, and that is delivering. That is in 4K. Got to get another one, and then we'll be pretty set there. Randy, help me out. What are the hiccups or anything you remember that? Because it's been a year, y'all, and there's a lot going on. I don't remember everything that happened. That is true. Juggling. Of course y'all can't hear him. He said, trying to find time to be here. Juggling. Like, we had so much to juggle. First off, we have to get people in here. The biggest obstacle or challenge that we have, we are not a storefront. So nobody can drive past here and know that we exist. They think this entire building is residential units, which is not. You have residential condos, but then you have business condos as well. So we have to do a lot of going to networking events with the chamber so that they know who we are and come up in here. We have to host events. Randy does a creative meetup to get folks to come in here. Because listen, once you get in this place, the place is going to sell itself. But how do we get you in here? And we've had to be creative in getting people in here. Of course, we did a grand opening. My family and friends all came out. They come in, they do their selfies and stuff in the place, and they post it and tag us. So that's helpful. Like I said, Randy has done a couple of meetups. I did the headshot event a couple of weeks ago. Again, just drumming up traffic to get them into the place, and then just physically being here. Because at that time, it was just Randy and myself, and coordinating our schedules, because I couldn't be here all the time. And these people on Peerspace, they like to book at the last minute. I go to bed at like 9 o'clock, people. I ain't gonna hold you. I go to bed at 9. Now I wake up at 4:30, but I go to bed at 9. They like to book in the middle of the night. They like to book at midnight for that next morning at 8 o'clock. Randy, can you go? Nah, I got such and such. Well, I got such and such. So just coordinating our schedules to get in here. But the beautiful thing now that we're in 2024, we got us 2 new PAs. So, you know, they're going through the Lux boot camp to learn everything themselves. And we'll have more help, or we have more help. So I'm looking forward to what's happening in 2024. I feel like I've just been all over the place. And I don't know if I gave you everything that I needed to in this. We were talking about the journey of studio ownership, right? So yeah, the $17,000 costs just to get the place to look like it does now, paying rent every single month, paying the utilities, which is the lights, water, paying for the internet. So those monthly expenses, you're gonna be operating in the red for at least 5 months. That's the standard for when people open up. And when I say operating in the red, you're not making money, you're just spending it. You know, you're spending it to keep the doors open. I have to make sure that these doors are open, so when by chance somebody does book the place, they can actually get in here. So we operated in the red for a total of 4 months, where it was just me putting my own money in here because the place wasn't generating any revenue. Peerspace started taking off and working on taxes now, getting all those documents together. I will tell you that Peerspace bookings for the podcast, from the first booking was in July to the last booking in December, the podcast, so what's that, 5 months? The podcast, or the Peerspace booking made $1,300. So, you know, I think that that's decent for just starting out and not having to do anything. All I did was posted the listing on Peerspace. I don't do any marketing efforts on there whatsoever. It's people that are guaranteed that's going to book. They ain't guaranteed to book with you, but they're guaranteed to book because they go out to Peerspace looking for a space. And it was just our job to make our space stand out from the other podcast spaces for the people to book with us. So I feel like $1,300 in that 5 months, you know, that's pretty much something that we did in our sleep, you know, after the 30 minutes it took to post the listing. There was no other effort we had to do there. But then converting some of those people to do more bookings with us directly, because we offer memberships, that is what the goal is, right? Converting some of these people that we've just met off of a space that we didn't have to do any effort into. I think that on the photography side, that business has stayed consistent. And the funny thing is, the bulk of my clients do not even shoot in the studio. So it's funny. We do a lot of events as well. So of course we got to go to their location, but with the portraits and stuff, they don't even book in the studio. So I think that's funny. I'm like, man, I done did all this work, put the name on the door. Y'all don't even want to come to the studio, but they come here and check it out. But they were like, nah, Shamar, we're going to go shoot outside. That has stayed consistent. And then with the efforts of getting more retainer clients, we landed a new one last month. That is helping now start to lessen the out-of-pocket expenses, and now the business is paying for the space. Y'all, I don't think I want to talk no more. That's all I had, you know. Hopefully I answered some things. I'm gonna look at this in post, and I'm pretty sure there's some gaps that I'm gonna need to fill in. So you might see future me pop in the video to kind of run a point that I might not have landed. But yeah, I think I'm done talking for today. So I made my quota for a video per week. I ain't missed no week, not one video yet. So this is what you get, but we'll catch you in the next one. All right, peace. Peace. I don't even know if that made sense, Maul, but I tried.